Hey everybody, welcome back to the SpinCycle. I'm back with another story about the United Healthcare assassination. CNN had a panel on yesterday to talk about the consequences and why this is happening and why so many people online are quite frankly celebrating the murder of this healthcare CEO, who, by the way, makes $10 million a year for participating in a company that denies 32% of all claims. That's a third of all claims that they get. And he's also involved in an insider trading scheme because the company is being investigated by the Department of Justice. It's a vertical integration company. It's kind of like a monopoly, but it's more legal, especially with our current checks and balances and our current Congress, for the last 30 or 40 years, who, as long as you give them some money, they let you do whatever you want. So rich people and corporations just run wild as far as regulations in Congress goes. So we need to get money out of politics. That's the first way to solve our healthcare system and many other problems in the country. But anyway, I just wanted to show you how clueless these CNN anchors are and commentators. I mean, they're all millionaires, so they don't really have issues with the healthcare system. If they do, they can afford to pay out of pocket. It's not like, it's going to break them. So let's get started.
But this conversation has really exploded. My family's talking about it.
Absolutely, mine is too. Of course, vigilante justice is not the answer to the problem, but what I should say is, and this incident and the reaction to it ought to be a wake-up call to this industry, which has, there have been many big, really good investigative pieces about United Healthcare in particular, and the issues that their customers have getting the healthcare that's promised, getting the responses promised, and if it's not it's not a wake-up call to the industry, it certainly will be to Congress, and they are going to have there will be laws.
In a CNN story that was just published about this, they note that a Facebook post that was put up by United Health Group expressing sadness about the CEO's death, it received 62,000 reactions. 57,000 of them were laughing emojis.
That's sad to think about, but look at this. And you're right. Most of these healthcare issues are life or death. And I have a sick dad home in Louisiana, and we go to the doctor all the time, and sometimes we get denied for things. And it doesn't feel good, And so I think people have a personal issue with the way their healthcare has been administered. And I think, to your point, Annie, over the next few weeks, few months, we're going to have a conversation about this. If Congress has to take action, I think they will have to, but we hope that these private companies can come to the table and be a little bit more consistent in the way they administer healthcare. I think that would be helpful.
Yeah, let's stop there. This guy, a CNN millionaire, is completely clueless if he thinks that corporations are going to fix this on their own. Capitalism doesn't work like that. Corporations are obligated to make money for their shareholders at all costs. If it means killing 76,000 people who could have been saved, that's the number, by the way, last year, of people that were killed because they were denied health care that they needed to live. So people dying early, people dying unnecessarily. And he thinks that, or he's hopeful that corporations or these big healthcare companies are going to step up. No. Congress has to do it, and Congress is not going to do it either until we get money out of politics. So let's keep going.
United Healthcare has already been the focal point of ire for Congress because it's vertically integrated. They're buying up doctors' offices. They own the largest PBM, which controls the price of prescription drugs in the country. They're the most aggressive on denying claims. I think United Healthcare will get more scrutiny.
And of course, we don't know the motivation yet of this killer. We just know that these two words were found on these bullet casings. But Elliot, this is something. The fewer means you have, the harder it is to fight back against some of this stuff. And it is something that happens, it seems like this is a universal experience for people.
Yeah, and I agree with everything that's been said here. This is exposing a frustration in the public across income levels. I just think, just to state the obvious to some extent, Casey, this is as much about the internet and how the internet has broken us as a people. Most of the people putting those laughing emojis and responses would never look this person's wife in the eye and make those things, no matter what kind of problems they might have with how United handled their health care. And that's really, to me, what this is all about.
It's worse.
I don't think this guy could be more wrong. It's not about the internet. It's about people dying from greedy billionaires and corporations not giving people health care they need. This is what Chris Hedges called in his book late stage capitalism. This is what happens. You start denying people civility, a decent life, the basic needs. They're going to start killing the people who control the means of production.
Yeah.
Very course.
The killing of CEO Brian Thompson has struck a nerve in this country. I mean, have you seen some of the stuff people have been saying online? It's exposed just how angry folks are at America's healthcare system.
It's funny to me how shocked these millionaire I don't know her name really, this African American woman, but she's been on CNN a long time. I'm sure it's been a long time. You know, a lot of the CNN anchors have salaries of $10-20 million a year. So it's been a long time since she's had to worry about any bill, frankly, especially a healthcare bill. So, I mean, maybe that's why she's so shocked that people are celebrating this. I mean, these are the same people that put Donald Trump in office. This is not political. It's not right or left. It's everybody, because everybody gets screwed by the healthcare system. People were so frustrated with the system in general, not just the healthcare system, the whole way the United States is run. You know, they put a megalomaniac, billionaire, grifter, liar into the presidency twice.
Just a sampling of the comments. My thoughts and prayers are out of network. Another, as they told me when they were denying to cover my medication, sorry for any inconvenience this has caused. And then there's this one. I can't seem to find the room to care over my daughter's $60,000 cancer treatment. Thoughts and prayers. Now, it should come as no surprise that people are mad at healthcare companies, very mad, and United Healthcare included. There are many horror stories of denied claims that have led to suffering for patients and their families. But there are some people, as we speak today, who are now openly celebrating the CEO's murder and even advocating for more death. One person writing, America needs to gun down about 50 more CEOs in cold blood before we can say we are actually progressing as a country. Is this really where we are with gun violence in this country? And in this instance specifically?
Yes, this is where we are with gun violence in this country. Where have you been? You're on the news, on CNN News every night. You don't see little kids getting shot en masse by psychopaths with machine guns. Are you kidding me? And you're clutching your pearls about a 50-year-old millionaire that got shot in the back? Come on.
Look, you can be mad at the system, all of its flaws, and the people who run it. That I understand. But advocating for murder as a way to solve the problem or seek revenge as a means of, what was the word? Progress? It's just wrong. Full stop. Stop.
Again, I can't say it enough. How out of touch are these people? When people are put to the brink, their lives are literally on the line with these healthcare people that are using AI algorithms to deny claims, life-saving procedures. You're so shocked that somebody takes the life of one of the people who is integral to running the system and doing this to other people. Come on. This is why CNN is losing market share and nobody watches it anymore, because everybody there at the corporate news are so wealthy, they're so out of touch and so clueless. It's ridiculous.
Joining me now, emergency medicine physician, Dr. Amy Faith Ho. Dr. Ho, thank you for joining. Are you surprised at all by just how dark some of the commentary has been around Thompson's death and, frankly, the healthcare industry more broadly?
You know, I wish I was more surprised. I'm with you. I do not think we should condone this. This is a tragedy. Someone has lost his life. But I'm an emergency physician, so I see people when they're at their lowest, when the system has failed them.
Of course she's not surprised. She lives in reality. She's an emergency care doctor. She's not on CNN every night talking about how evil Donald Trump is and how great Joe Biden is, and the Democrats are the good guys and the Republicans are the bad guys. You go to Fox News, the Democrats are the bad guys, the Republicans are the good guys. It's all just a game to split the American people. We need to get money out of the goddamn politics. That is the problem. All of Congress is bought up by CNN, corporations like CNN, and corporations like United Healthcare.
And I'm frankly not surprised. They feel abandoned. They feel exploited. They feel lied to when it comes to the healthcare system, and especially insurances, because of the things you mentioned: denials, prior authorization, narrow networks, the cost of healthcare. It's been going on and bottling up for a long time.
We do bring people at their most vulnerable points down to their knees, and then money becomes a part of the healthcare process. We have talked about this for years, and you well know about this, but this just shows you, the celebration of a murder, openly advocating for more of it, and at that level, not of a healthcare provider, but the insurance industry, that takes it to a whole new level.
I think it's that people just feel so lied to. Healthcare is for the healthy and the wealthy, is the saying, and healthcare insurance was supposed to help make it more affordable and accessible.
You see that? Yeah, that's what it is. People feel lied to because she is the healthy and the wealthy. She doesn't have to worry about these things. When my mom was dying a few years ago, she was getting end-of-life care, and there is no health care coverage for that. Even though she had Medicare, we had to sell her house in Long Island that I grew up in. For a middle-class family, that's, the wealth of the next generation. Well, that wealth was gone. We had to pay $10,000 a month to have her in a care facility at the end of her life. So welcome to the American healthcare system.
And so people paid their premiums. And when they needed healthcare to be there for them, they found that insurers were taking every tactic to not pay, because ultimately the insurance's fiduciary responsibility was to their shareholders and not to the patients. And that's the exploitation that I think patients feel. And then they're already in a situation where they're sick and they need care. And so you add that to the vulnerability, and frankly, they are just sick and tired, literally, of dealing with the system.
I just can't get over how clueless this CNN anchor is when she hears this. Really? Oh. You could see she's been a millionaire for many years and doesn't have to deal with any of this stuff. You're the 1%. The rest of us have to deal with this all the time. Every time we go do something. I have health care through my government job, and it's okay health care. I had a little skin thing from the sun on my face a few years ago, and I went to the dermatologist, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're covered." And I went through the dermatologist, and they were like, "Oh, that'll be $350." And I said, "I thought I was covered." And they said, "Well, you have to claim it with your health insurer." I'm like, "Why do I have health insurance?" Anyway, guys, if you like the Spin Cycle, subscribe, comment below, tell me your health insurance woes and how they screwed you over. And if you like the American healthcare system, which I think like 2% of people do, go ahead and comment below. Also comment if you've dealt with this specific company, United Healthcare. If you like my stuff, subscribe, comment, hit the like button, share it with your friends. It's a brand new channel. I have like 1 subscriber. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.